Every book you've ever held began as something you'd never expect. Wet pulp, pressed and dried by hand nearly 2,000 years ago. In Han Dynasty China, a resourceful court official searched for something better than heavy bamboo strips or costly silk to write on. He mashed mulberry bark, hemp, and old rags into a soft pulp, mixing them with water until they dissolved into something new. A bamboo screen dipped into the pulp vat, lifted out coated in a thin, even layer, the very first sheet of paper taking shape. Pressed flat, dried in the sun, and peeled away smooth. This new material could be folded, rolled, and carried anywhere. Have you ever wondered what it felt like to hold the very first sheet? For centuries, the secret of papermaking stayed locked inside China's borders, traded quietly along the Silk Road, but never fully explained. Paper spread east first, to Korea, then across the sea to Japan, where artisans refined it into something even finer. Meanwhile, in Baghdad, scholars filled the House of Wisdom with scrolls, desperate for a material that wouldn't crumble or rot. Can you imagine guarding a secret so valuable that entire empires wanted to steal it? In 751 CE, that secret finally slipped free. After a battle near the city of Talas, along the edge of the Silk Road. Among the prisoners taken that day were skilled papermakers, and for the first time, their craft left China's control entirely. In Samarkand, they built the first paper mill outside China, and within a generation, the secret reached Baghdad itself. But paper's journey west was far from over. Europe, wrapped in centuries of parchment and vellum, wanted nothing to do with it. Parchment guilds saw paper as a cheap foreign threat, and warned it would rot, tear, and burn far too easily to be trusted. For nearly 200 years, most of Europe kept writing on animal skin, even as paper mills thrived just across the Mediterranean. Paper mills had reached Islamic Spain by the 12th century, proof the material worked, sitting just beyond Europe's reach. Then, in the Italian town of Fabriano, papermakers finally cracked the last problem, treating each sheet with gelatin so ink would no longer bleed. Fabriano's papermakers pressed a thin wire design into each sheet, an identifying watermark that proved exactly where their paper was made. Word spread that Fabriano's paper held ink beautifully and lasted for years, and merchants across Italy began placing orders. By the 14th century, paper mills lined rivers across France, Germany, and beyond. Finally, as trusted as parchment ever was. What began as wet pulp in a Chinese workshop had crossed deserts, survived a battlefield, and outlasted an entire industry built on animal skin. Today, the book in your hands, the note on your desk, the receipt in your pocket, all still carry the same idea proven in 105 CE. But paper's story doesn't end with sheets and scrolls. Next time, we'll follow a single object clear across the ancient world's most guarded trade route. If paper's 8th century journey surprised you, follow Before Buttons. Every episode uncovers another everyday object's incredible path through history.